Hey everyone, Nick here. Welcome back to my channel, Nick's Preparedness. This evening I want to do a little quick video to go along with the post I made the other day about dry fire practice. But before I get started, I want to ask you, if you're enjoying these videos, please click the thumbs up and give me a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the little red bell in the corner. That way you'll get the new videos as soon as they come out. Also, you can visit my blog at nickspreparedness.com, and there'll be a link in the description of this video to get to the post that involves dry fire training. So let's get started. Dry fire training is the act of using your firearm without any ammunition in it to simulate firing at a target. When it's done properly, it's very effective, very safe, and will do wonders for your shooting. It's also free. Ammunition's expensive right now and it's hard to find, so let's take advantage of the opportunities we have. There's a few things you need to make sure you do before you dry fire, and I covered a lot of those in my gun safety video I did just a couple of days ago. There'll also be a link to it in the description of the video, so make sure you check it out before you get started. The main reason I'm making this video is to explain something about trigger reset that new shooters might not realize when they get ready to dry fire. Most of our firearms are set up for the action to cycle to reset our triggers, and semi-automatic firearms can be a little bit trickier on that. So I've got a common pistol and a common semi-automatic rifle here. I'm going to just give you a basic idea of what trigger reset is and how you'll have to do it while you're dry firing. We'll start off with a pistol. This is a simple semi-automatic pistol. This is a polymer frame. This one's made by Glock. There are a lot of other ones like it, but for the purposes of this video and this training, it doesn't matter as long as it's a semi-automatic pistol and you know how to use it. The first thing you want to do before you manipulate a firearm at all is to make sure you've got it pointed in a safe direction. It so happens that right here, up is a safe direction. I could damage the ceiling, but I'll take that any day over injuring someone in another room. So let's get started on how to make sure we're ready to dry fire. The first thing we need to do is clear the firearm. We do this by removing the magazine, which is already out, sliding the bolt back. You can see through there the light going through. The magazine is out. Now we will visually and manually, by actually touching inside the chamber, make sure that there is no ammunition in the gun. Once we have visually and manually inspected the gun multiple times, then we can move into a room where there's no live ammunition. I don't have any live ammunition in this room, so I've already taken care of that. Now we can go on with what trigger reset is and how you use it for dry firing. Now, this pistol has been cycled. I know it's clear. I've made absolutely sure multiple times. I have it pointed a safe direction for my circumstances. So, the first shot to dry fire will be to squeeze the trigger. You hear it fire or snap the firing pin. Now you'll see that when you let off the trigger, it doesn't do anything. You can keep pressing it and it doesn't move. So you don't get the reset and you don't get the feel of breaking that shot on the next time. What you have to do is to pull the slide back and release it again, just like you loaded. This is why it's very important not to have a loaded magazine or ammunition even in the room when you're doing this. Something could get your attention, something could distract you, you could reload the gun. I know it sounds hard to believe, but it happens to people. So, you've cycled the action, just like if the weapon fired, then you can fire again. If you hold the trigger to the back, you can cycle the weapon and slowly let off, and you can actually feel the click where it resets. So this is what you'll have to do with a normal semi-automatic pistol to continue resetting the trigger for your dry fire training. You can also dry fire train with long guns. This is a common AR-15, nothing special about it, but it does have one little thing that you need to be aware of to be able to dry fire it. Before we get into that, we're going to take a look and make sure it is completely clear, no ammunition in it, no ammunition in the room. We start off, look in the mag well, the magazine is out, there's nothing in there. We look into the chamber. Even if we need to take a flashlight and look into that chamber and guarantee that there's nothing in it, whatever it takes to make sure that we are completely safe is what we're going to do. That chamber is clear. I've manually put my fingers in there. Be careful, sometimes the bolt can let go. Now, the same thing happens with the rifle. We can hit the button, close the bolt, take it off safe, we squeeze the trigger, it fires. The next time we try to squeeze the trigger, it's dead, nothing happens. So to continue dry fire practice with a rifle, we have to cycle the charging handle. On an AR, you squeeze, pull back, and let go. Then you can squeeze again. You'll also notice the same thing on the AR-15 as you will a pistol. If you cycle the action while holding the trigger to the rear, you let out and you can feel it reset. That's what trigger reset is, and that's why we need to know about it if we're going to practice dry firing. You have to reset the trigger every time to make sure you get the full feel of everything but the recoil of the firearm going off. Now, there are certain ways around having to do the trigger reset, and I'm going to put a couple of links in the description to some products that can help you. Some of them are training pistols. There's also different reset kits that you can put in your own pistol, but it takes a little time to swap it out. Either way you want to do it, dry fire training is a great habit. Some of the world's top shooters incorporate a lot of dry fire into their personal training. I've heard several trainers recommend to do as many as 5 to 10 times as many dry fire shots as you do live fire shots. You get a lot of benefit out of it, and it's free. Most modern firearms are just fine to dry fire. If you're concerned about it, you can use snap caps. Just remember that snap cap looks a lot like a bullet. Make sure that you separate it completely and you don't have any live ammo anywhere around you if you're cycling one of those through it. I really appreciate you watching my videos. Remember, if you liked it, click like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think of it and anything you'd like to add. And as always, get better and stay ready.